All right, guys, so thank you for all deciding to be a part of the video talk today for the Initiative Pillow Talk. My name is Demetrius Slari, and I'm just going to be asking a few questions of you guys. If you guys want to answer the questions, just raise your hand. I can pass you the mic, and you are free to speak at will. So, first and foremost, what do you guys think are some common misconceptions between males and females these days? Anybody? When it comes to relationships and interpersonal relationships, even strictly platonically being friends. I know, so let's say the 1950s to now, even farther back, the way that we date, the way that we talk to each other, respond to each other, even catcall women today or catcall men, because it does happen, it's changed drastically. So how do you guys feel when it comes to it? How do you guys feel about the change? Are you comfortable with it? Are you not comfortable with it? What goes through your mind?
I think that since text messaging has become a big thing with communication, my girlfriend and I communicate from 9 to 5 with that form, and there's so much lost in text messages. It's almost been an aggravation not to have a certain font to show sarcasm, or not to have I don't use emojis or whatever, but I wish there was a different way to show when you're trying to be funny or when you're truly upset, not upset, that kind of thing. So that's been an issue with my relationship personally.
Okay.
Well, talking about the changes that relationships have gone through in recent years, I think it's a good thing because, you know, it's showing more balance in a relationship. A woman can be the aggressor and be the one who asks someone out now, and it's okay if the man wants to be, you know, he wants to be wooed just as much as a woman does, because I think, you know, that there should be that equalship, and it also, you know, causes, I think, better relationships if you can be truly who you are and not just have to put on a role of what society says a woman or a man should do. But I think there is kind of still the same basic problems with men and women, and that women are a bit more emotionally centric, and they want to talk about feelings more than men, while men are kind of more still like action and doing things. And I don't think that's changed too much. That can sometimes cause problems in relationships, though, if you want to do something.
Okay, so you're saying that the masculine roles that we have inside of society today, they've kind of forced us to be in this idea of what a man or what a woman should and should not do. So let me ask you this. So she raised a great point. Some men are okay with being wooed now. Some women are more aggressive. So for the men, my question to you is, how does it feel for a woman to pursue you? Do you like it? Is it like taboo for you? Is it turn off, or is it just like the modern day thing? And for a woman, how do you feel about pursuing a man, or a man wanting to be pursued where you're not more so the damsel in distress anymore?
Well, I was just going to say, I'll totally go up to a guy and ask him, you know, or go up and start the conversation, but then he better take the initiative to call me or text me. So, I mean, I'll start it off because, you know, if I want to talk to you, I'm going to talk to you, you know. But then he's got to step up and show me that he wants to continue it and pursue me in a relationship.
So you've never had a problem going up? Because I have talked to people before who say they were raised in the home and it was, you don't go up to a man and you talk to him. You wait for him to come and he's supposed to be your Prince Charming. So you don't think more so like that?
My dad raised me to be somewhat of a feminist. So, you know, I mean, for some things I say I am, you know. But so in that case, I think it should be equal, you know. And in a relationship, both of you should want to do 60-40, you know. So whatever, you know, you both want to give more than 50%, and that goes for the beginning too, you know. If he wants to come up to me, I want to come up to him. I don't know. I was raised that way. If you want something, go for it. So.
I like that. Anybody else? Males? I would love to get like a male perspective on this, seeing that this side is male dominated. Anybody? How do you guys feel about it? Mr. O'Neill, how do you feel about it?
Can you ask the question again?
My question to you, as a young gentleman in this world, how do you feel about a female pursuing you, coming up to speak to you, and you more so playing the backwards role?
I don't really like it. I'd rather pursue the girl. I don't really like for girls to like touch me too early, or I'm really I get freaked out by stuff like that. I don't know, like before I had a girlfriend, I went on this date, and this girl kind of like sat too close to me, and it kind of just turned me off. Like I'm just weird. I don't know.
Not weird.
Okay, I understand that. And you having a wife or a fiance?
She's actually the only girl I've ever dated, but I would be turned off by a woman pursuing me as well. I'm more traditional. I think a man's supposed to fight for a woman's heart if he really cares about her.
Oh, you should have put that on the Valentine's Day card. All right, so I have another question. Yes, Edgar.
Actually, I was going to say, I agree with what they say. However, I don't think there's anything against a girl sending signals to a guy if she likes him, but not ask him out.
So what's a signal to you?
I don't know, have a conversation with him or try to get to know him, and I mean, provided they're both mutually attracted to one another.
Okay. So let me ask you this, because Edgar says that girls, he's okay with providing signals. A lot of the time, females do provide signals. Men don't catch them. So, as a female, how do you guys feel when you provide a signal and it's kind of off? What does it make you want to do at that point? Is it just like you want to step down, or do you want to continue? Or are you like, oh my God, I'm flipping my hair your way for a reason? Like, what is it like for you guys? Anybody?
Flipping hair is a thing?
Some, yeah. It just has to be like the...
It's actually scientifically proven. Seriously.
Anyone? Tessa?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
Well, me personally, if I send out signals and he doesn't catch on or whatever, I'm just gonna step back and be like, okay, well, if he wants to, he can come up to me, but I'm done. Because I don't want to put myself in a position that would, get me hurt.
What if it's not into you?
Okay. So her thing was she doesn't want to put herself in a position to get rejected. So by sending the signal, even if the man he doesn't understand, and that's kind of a noise. I would say a noise in our whole schematic of everything. Even if he's not understanding it because of what else is going on in his life, Tessa decides to step back because she doesn't want to be rejected. So from that point, it's kind of like, it's not that he doesn't like her. He may have a crush on her for years, and she may have had one too, but just because there was something messing up, it kind of put them at a position where they didn't want to speak, or she didn't want to do it anymore. You guys feel the same way? Do you feel like a lot of the times a lot of communication and interpersonal relationships could be fixed if people understood things better? Or do you guys step back to actually say, instead of, oh, he's not interested, well, maybe it's something going on over here, or maybe it's something going on, or maybe he has something on his mind from earlier and it's just got his head up? Or the same thing for males?
I agree with Tessa in that I would understand how it would be very disheartening. But being on the other end of that, I had a girl who would come into a juice bar every day on her lunch break and get a yogurt. And she was so beautiful, I was so nervous every time I saw her, and I knew she was coming in, and I would just get nervous, 30 minutes before it was lunchtime, because I knew she was coming in, and didn't ask her out. Never. 2 months went by, And finally, one day, I had the courage to ask her if she wanted to go to a concert that was coming up, really cool outdoor symphony. And so it eventually happened, and 5-year relationship went on. And she said, I went in took my lunch break to go in there and get yogurt every single day for 2 months, and you would never ask me out. And every day I would walk out and throw the yogurt away in the trash can because I hated it. And so a lot of times guys may be very intimidated by a woman being pretty. They may not have self-confidence. They may not catch the signals, so there are a number of factors that go into it. But don't give up, or sometimes it can just, it's kind of like, oh, this isn't happening fast enough, so let's move on. So
note to everybody, always ask out the girl in the juice bar. Okay, and we're gonna wrap up pretty soon. I do have one great question that I have been asking. Do you guys think sex is synonymous with friendship nowadays? No. Why not?
You don't sleep with your friends. Like, sex is it's an intimate act, and I think that if you like, when you have a friendship, I mean, that's intimate, but it's a different kind of intimate. And if you cross that barrier by mixing in sex, then you're merging two lines that can then cause problems, because like, if you do have the whole friends with benefits that you just sleep with them occasionally, well, you might find that's fine until you find someone that you actually want to pursue a relationship with, and then you kind of messed up your friendship with this person because you're now breaking off this thing that didn't really mean anything to you, but it does mean something to you. I mean, if you say it doesn't, there's still that connection now that you have crossed, and now you're having to go back over it and be like, we can't do this anymore because I'm going out with someone else. And you've just ruined that relationship because it can never be the way it was before you had to bring in sex.
Okay, so that is a great point. I say sex is synonymous with friendships nowadays because you don't have the term dating. You have the term chilling, which most of the time means you're going over someone's house. It's not really taking anybody out anymore. It's you're going over someone's house. You guys might drink. You guys might smoke. It depends on who you are as a person. We're all college students, so I'm not gonna act like you guys are innocent. But it depends on what you guys go to do, and a lot of the times your first date could end up your first time being intimate with the person, and then you guys call it and we're just friends. You may see each other around and you guys know you had sex, but you guys still treat each other as if you're just friends. And that's what I ask nowadays. We see a lot of the media, when they portray it, it's like sex is just an act now. It doesn't have any intimacy back to it. It's just whatever you do is whatever you do, and that's it. And then after that, you go on about your way. So when I say it's sex synonymous with friendship, the way that the media portrays sexual relationships and interpersonal relationships these days between male and females, females and females, males and males, has become very sexualized. It hasn't retained what it had in the 1950s, where a kiss on the cheek was third date and you just felt like you were doing the best in the world. Now it's a peck somewhere else, and hey, that's what it's supposed to be. So that's what I'm asking you guys. Do you think that sex has become synonymous with friendship, or sex has become synonymous with just a basic level of interpersonal relations?
How about a raised hand, yes or no? I say no.
Let's see. Show of hands, who thinks that sex has become synonymous?
That it has become synonymous? That
it has. Like, friendship means you might get something with it. You seem on the fence.
Oh, no, I mean,
come talk to me. What's on your mind? Tell Miss Cleo.
Well, I do want to say, I mean, yeah, it has become that way. I forgot what I was going to say. It's become that way, and because of that, I think it's destroyed families and relationships and marriages too.
Okay. Anybody else have any thoughts on it? No. Okay. Yes.
I think I've been put in a lot of positions to where, like, women have tried to make me feel less manly just because I've thought down about having sex like that. And as a man, you don't like feeling less manly. I don't know. It's just I think we all kind of think like that. My girlfriend doesn't let me have friends because she think if I have friends that I'm going to sleep with my friends. You know, it's that serious. Like, when in actuality, I probably won't sleep with my friends, but
Still like her.
yeah.
She's the best. What do you have to say, Miss Brittany? You haven't said anything this whole time, and I would love to hear your ideas on it because you are a deviant in what we would like to call interpersonal relations. You don't follow the regular stream. So what do you think when you date females, and how does it take for you, being that you take on a more, I guess, masculine role?
Well, when you put it the way you put it, if I say I'm coming over to chill, if I'm bringing over all the little party stuff and everything, things gonna go my way. It depends on how I want it to go. You know what I'm saying? I could, you know, pretty much if I'm attracted to you, I expect to get something out of the situation, and you probably already know what's up. Just, you know, chilling, like you said, has become a turn. You know, when we gonna chill, we gonna watch a movie, we gonna drink. I don't smoke. We're gonna watch a movie, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, probably be feeling on you. And, yeah, because I ain't gonna be nowhere with a girl who I don't like anyway. So, yeah, if I'm there, it's going down.
So you don't want to give it any time for you to get to know her a little better, or do you think
I ain't going nowhere where I don't know nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? We probably been communicating through text or whatever.
And that's your only medium. So do you think that text messaging has replaced actual...
Nah, I talk on the phone. I like to talk more than I like to text.
What about face-to-face interaction?
Yeah, that's when I go over there to chill with you.
Thank you. Anybody else have any closings? All right, guys. Well, I do thank you guys tremendously for the help you've given. You guys make sure you come out to Pillow Talk. The flyers will be going up at the end of this month, and it will have the exact date and time. But I hope to see you guys all there because the ideas you had today, I want you to bring to Pillow Talk. Everybody. All right, guys. Have a good class.